Okay, I am now officially ready.
Yeah.
No, wait. Now I'm ready. Okay, good. Let's take it away.
Double check. Alright. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, cool. I've had success. This is where Redspark normally crashes out.
Okay, sick weapon switching.
Yeah.
That's important bit.
I have the Hong Kong code in the West.
I don't know how to do it. I don't actually know how to do demo reviews, but that's okay. Okay.
It's fine. You just watch through and you just talk about what you did right and right.
Yeah, kind of. Well, okay, good. Harassing the heavy, taking a lot of damage. You actually don't know. Never mind.
No.
But staying with the combo, like going through choke, is prone to spam, so it doesn't always work. Focusing the sniper is good. That's what you really want to focus on, especially if it's a good sniper, and that's what snipers are in high divs. Falling back, that's okay. Grabbing some health, yeah.
So on mids, Dissy, would you maybe move away from the combo onto the flank a bit more with your flank classes rather than your combo?
I would flank. To be honest. Ouch. That's fine.
But would you stay with your flanks, or would you with your soldier and your scout, or would you run off by yourself?
Depends on what I'm feeling like and where their enemies are positioned. When their enemies positioned, that's like you can start off like shooting the people, but then move on to try to go in for a stab or something. Very unfortunate, by the way.
That was lucky there.
Yeah.
Was that the right
just shooting with your combo isn't always a good idea. Like especially in the mid points when there's like shit going on, you can easily get some stabs. So it's maybe good to start out by harassing them with the ambient, trying to get a pick or two, or just simply get them to low health and then get behind them. Like they wouldn't even notice the cloak, and you can get some very easy stabs. Or health target, yeah, sure.
Messing local targets.
Yeah, it happens to me too. Oh, get the sniper! Oh my god, the medic!
Yeah, the medic literally just started healing him like a split second before you hit the shot.
Very calm aiming style, actually. Like, just nice shot.
Overrun's probably going to get a headshot though.
Yeah, no point really finding a spy. It's actually very luck based in the end.
Yeah.
Because strafe aim is strafe aim.
Okay, cool.
Dead ringer, I guess. Yeah, it's sometimes kind of hard to push through with Dead Ringer.
I'm not quite sure how you push with the dead ringer. Like you'll see me.
Oh, accident decloaks. Very horrible. No point in clearing stickies.
Just call them and move on. I hope your team
yeah.
listens, to be honest.
Like that's something like demo soldier scouts should do. It's much easier for them. They don't have to aim.
Okay.
The easiest way to push through is just actually, you can just jump on them and do an obvious vein and just try to get through and grab some ammo or health. Because if there's enough fighting going on, they won't even care to come after you. Maybe a scout or something, but at that point you should already have another vein. So it's just sometimes you just have to force your way through when using the Dead Ringer, because you're not doing a lot if you're just standing with your combo. Obviously, if you're shooting them and just harassing them with the ambi, it's good, but like kind of agree.
It is just to get the first thing that came through though. I am doing this play. I wanted to get fish bait people in. I don't know one really called, but they.
I assume they pushed mid. Yeah,
yeah,
and you really need to be.
And no one called that. So
yeah, it's unfortunate that wasn't called. Oh, they're not actually in. Okay, they just
maybe
not.
not.
So.
But yeah, like you should switch in between like shooting them and stabbing, because when they'll get used to you trying to go for stabs, hit reg. Well, when they get used to you going for stabs, they won't expect you to just start shooting them, and when they get used to you just shooting them, then they'll just be very open to stabs because they don't expect you to try and do them.
Okay, sure.
I'm just going for the mini here. I think it fails probably. Make it kill or something.
Yeah, that's kind of useless though.
Okay.
Like especially from routes where
I mean,
like classes are very expected to come through.
what would have been safer there, Redspark, to be honest, if you had to sap the mini, would just be to disguise, run up to the mini and sap it, and then Dead Ringer away, rather than Dead Ringer in.
Yeah.
Disguise and then sap the mini.
Or then pick up the ammo and health and back off
Yeah.
while feigning.
I don't think you ever really needed to sap that anyway.
No, I think I probably should have just stood on the house and shot it. Would have been easier. But I thought someone wanted to go in there.
Yeah.
So
If you hadn't used your dead ring, you'd have probably gotten away.
yeah. I'm not quite sure when to use the dead ring.
Very
Do you
stale.
use it?
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Okay, now they
was-
Ubered in, just waiting.
Yeah, so you got called out by their flanks there. So.
At that point, you could have gotten a believable double feint by picking up the ammo. Just saying,
I forgot about the ammo.
from the dispenser. Like they'll believe it every single time because they don't actually like realize there was a dispenser broken down in there. So, kind of works.
I just kind of saw the stickies and
And
panicked.
you
ran
were
the other
kind
way.
of low, so going for the heavy wasn't such a good idea. Maybe you should, backed up even more and just gathered, held an ammo, and then went in.
That was the kind of decloak which you might have tried maybe with the Invis, but I think with the
Yeah.
dead ringer they probably heard that because they seem to be turning around and things and looking for you for that. So I think maybe just try and be a bit more mindful of the difference in noise between the watches.
I haven't really used the dead ring much, to be honest. So
I mean, it was
use
very-
it like the Invis.
It was very aggressive. Like
you,
the
can,
only
you can try out Gun Spy with the Invis as well. It actually works very well if you know how to use it properly. Like when you're using the Invis, you're kind of forced to also go for stabs like that. You're forced to go for some miracle plays, like get some stabs and finish somebody off with the MP or something. If you want to do some sniping with the Invis watch, then you're forced to snipe, like, what's the word?
From a distance?
Yeah, you kind of have to stay in a distance, and you can't snipe for too long because that opens you up for like enemy sniper and spam. So like that's what the Invis also teaches you, that you can't snipe at one single spot forever.
so it keeps you moving around the map.
Yeah, because with the Dead Ringer, you can easily stay at one single spot and snipe forever without dying because of the Dead Ringer. But with the Invis, you're kind of forced to, actually move around and switch positions. Good shot on the medic. Hope you called that out.
Was it the right thing to dead ring away then? Would it maybe have been worth trying to go for another shot?
You just died.
Yeah,
Okay.
most likely. Like,
Under
if you
pressure,
don't,
probably wouldn't
if
have
you
hit.
don't hit the second shot right away, then you should just dead ring away. I actually do that as well, way too often. You
Getting
should,
a
like, at some point, you should just push through.
Okay. I don't do any of that in this game, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
like there's a point where you're trying a little too much to Gun Spy.
I would imagine if you were going to go for a push through now, you'd probably want to go through cafe or around the side. I don't know what that what's called. I should play the scrum on
That's-
this.
Like, you don't have, because you don't have to do one-on-one, gunfights. You can actually do backstab gunfire as well. Like nobody's stopping you from getting those long-range backstabs.
Not the other. But like the one thing I've noticed, Redspark, is that you've peaked the same spot like 5 times now, and every time they've caught you quicker and quicker, and you've been getting less and less. So
I think it worked the first few times, and then I should be moving.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean by using the Invis and trying to Gun Spy.
Yeah.
It forces you to move around.
now would
And
be
like especially when you have an Uber fight or something, or when they pop, when they pop, that's when you should be behind them and ready to go for stabs because they're distracted. Like that's the best moment for a spy to get some easy picks without getting caught. Good shot.
that's the second kill you've got, I think, isn't it? The second one on the
Yeah.
side. Oh no, you got a backstab on the spine, so that's your third.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the part where they Ubered in around the corner and you were kind of just stood there watching them. You really very easily could have been moving around behind them. Because you had probably enough cloak to do it. And you
Also, when they're stacked up at choke like that, going for a single headshot on overhill targets, it's pretty much only for the log, so it doesn't actually make a difference if you try to go for a shot.
Definitely.
Unless if you got a shot on the medic, that's a different story, but it's kind of unlikely. So no point trying to, snipe them from choke points, especially when they're stacked up.
Is this better, like with your flank classes? and dead ring before you take damage instead of afterwards. Like,
nice headshot on the soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caught up with Scout.
yeah.
Yeah, the biggest problem here definitely is the fact that you don't try to do what a spy is supposed to do. Like, okay, I actually don't do what a spy is supposed to do a lot of the times, but I still try to get behind them eventually, because I tend to forget about it sometimes and I snipe for way too long. But eventually I realize, hey, what if I'll just go behind them and actually get something done?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting when we go through your PoVs, Dissy, to see how you make the like knife spy aspect work with the dead ringer, because that's something I don't. I mean, I've got a bit of experience with it, just as like I play mostly knife spy, so I've got a bit of experience with it whenever I play dead ringer, but not a huge amount. So it'll be interesting to see what you do.
I try to switch in between using gun and knife.
Fairly equally, would you say, or would you use gun more?
Definitely gun more, but I still try to go for a knife fix every now and then. Also, was that decloak to get an easy pyro pick? Because it was a pretty bad decloak, to be honest.
Yeah,
because that combo was like right around the corner, and people behind you. So
what would have been the best thing to do then?
I think just falling back to your team, because you had no cloak. And the enemy team was very close, so maybe falling back, getting a new feint, and then getting behind them would be the best option.
Okay.
Or to try and snipe with your combo for a while, or just stay with your flanks and support them.
Yeah.
But Jesus, your aiming style, it's so smooth. It's actually enjoyable to watch, because the way I aim is actually like very twitchy and tracky. Not tracky, it's like very twitchy.
Just flick on muscle memory based, kind of flicking onto people's heads.
Okay, well, actually, my aiming style, it sometimes changes, because sometimes I do very smooth tracking, but sometimes I twitch a lot. Yeah, counter-sniping snipers is kind of... It's a risky game. Like...
1 or 2 shots and move on?
It's like a Russian roulette.
Yeah.
It's either you or him. I do that way too often. Like, especially in King of the Hill maps, I actually, before I get behind the enemy team, I actually snipe their sniper first. If you get a single shot on this, especially on viaducts, I think every single viaduct scrim I've played, it starts out by me counter-sniping their sniper. Like, if I get a single headshot, then I can just go for a body shot or two, and he's dead. But I only do that because for some reason it works out for me. Because I've learned how to like time my DRs with his shots and hopefully he misses, so I don't have to activate it. But if you don't know how to activate your DR in time before he shoots, you can just easily die.
Is that what you do then? Like you put it up and down as he shoots?
Yeah, but I actually have to predict when he's going to shoot. Because a lot of the times it ends up with the spy shooting just at the same moment. Also a good pick. Just at the same moment when the sniper shoots. So basically you don't have time to pull up your DR.
Stop chasing the medic. No, you fucking run away. The pyro's feeding for you, that's really stupid of him.
Yeah, the pyro. You overextended and the pyro overextended.
So pushing last.
The last point is actually a place where I'd go Invis. Just because you can actually go very far back and decloak with the DR. If your combo were to push right away, then you could go with the DR and just support them. But imagine if they built like a sentry or something, then you just need to go Invis to actually get something done. Do a coordinated stab.
Yeah, no, okay. So is the general thing you do with the DR, you run right away behind them, DR, and then pick up ammo stuff, and then kind of try and come in from the other side? As we help.
Oh my god, that's risky.
Like if I have... Okay. Good run. Like at the last point, if I were to have the DR, if we kept second and I was still alive, then I'd be forced to, play with the DR till I die. So I actually never get anything done really, except if I actually try to get in, like at the same time when my team pushes, and I'll try to go for a sap on the sentry or do something else if they don't have a sentry. But like most of the time, I'll just try to support my team till I die, or I kill myself and switch to the Invis so I can actually get something done. Good shot, by the way.
It's a banging shot.
Yeah.
So they're quick fixed. So
yeah, those like no point on shooting the heavy because he's getting healed all the time.
Yeah. That was
so it doesn't actually make a difference.
Maybe
so there's a point there. Redspark, the medic also gets healed, doesn't he? But
I mean, without the quick fix.
Maybe you could have at that point, when you backed off through a choke, you possibly could have just DR'd up and got behind them because a lot of that, you'd killed their scout and soldiers. They didn't really have any flanks up, so presumably getting behind them into that alleyway and decloaking there would have
you're getting some picks though. Like you're not completely useless like that. That's not the thing. Like when you can just go for body shots. Like there's many spies who try to go for headshots only, but like there's no point in doing that. Like one of the best gun spies in the world, Lenny. I don't know. He doesn't actually play anymore. I think. Like he went for body shots a lot, just because he knew it was just simply the better option, the best way to actually get those picks. So he didn't actually go for headshots too often, only when he needed to. Like that's what made him so good.
Me and Joe were playing in Cup Harvest before, and we were on opposite teams. And whenever we get close to each other, I'd just go for body shots, and he'd go for headshots, and I'd kill him like every time.
Doesn't help that my ambi aim is absolutely atrocious. I'm a revolver boy.
I don't know. I saw one log from you where you had like 26 headshots on Badwater.
Did you? Fucking hell, wouldn't that must have been an exception.
I was murking for some team and you were murking for some team.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you actually out-fragged me and out-headshotted me.
Get wrecked, kid.
Yeah.
No, I occasionally run the ambi.
I think I out-headshot you, but you out-fragged me.
Yeah. Because I run the ambi if I'm having a really fucking sour time with the revolver and the knife, and I just change up my playstyle a bit, just because it catches the other team off and stuff. So I very occasionally run ambi, but not often with great success.
Okay, we're going behind them.
I like this.
Good. Yeah, it's a good start.
Is it right to get ammo and stuff, or is it better to go straight back out?
Well, yeah, like then you can afford to actually go for picks and for the can. Oh, the pyro.
You could have got
and
the
if
medic.
and if you happen to fail, like you can just DR away. Like here you were forced to run away, but if you had gotten the ammo, you could have gotten a feint and tried again. Basically.
Another point about that, Redspark, I think you're like...
oh my, it's so annoying when snipers body shot you.
Your target prioritization there was a bit weird.
Yeah.
The medic and the demo were both closer to you, both with their backs away, and you choose to run past them and go for the heavy. And you could have got the medic or demo before that pyro caught you, I think.
The heavy was the most distracted, so it was kind of tempting, I guess. At that point, though, I don't know, maybe a demo pick would have even been better because the demo does so much damage.
I mean, they had just used quick fix, so I think they just used quick fix. I don't think the medic was that big a target, but the demo...
I think you definitely should focus the sniper more. Like, snipers are very big.
That's really good.
Pick.
That's really nicely done.
Headshots, please.
That was a clear headshot. I don't know why you didn't get that. Well, Drake hates me as well. Load them all, kill him. Okay, he's dead. Oh.
I'm sure you had your dead ringer up there. On my screen, you definitely had your dead ringer. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just died to it.
Notice whenever I play Gunspy, I focus minis loads. Is that a good thing to do? Like just shooting them and stuff like that?
Focus what?
Minis. Like I will actively
minis?
stand still and shoot a mini.
Mini sentries. Oh, that demo.
Yeah, well,
what's he done?
Oh my god. Well, yeah, you can afford to, focus minis more, and just get away with it.
Yeah.
Because minis do, they do a lot of work in 5 CP and King of the Hill maps.
Yeah.
So it's good, but like, you don't always need to do it. Good pick. Only when the mini is actually like harassing your team a lot. Like that's only when you should go for the mini. Like if it doesn't actually do anything else, then no point. Yeah. Spice bar.
The other thing I've noticed that you don't really do all that much is you never really kind of poke around the corner to check where... I imagine with the Dead Ringer you can probably afford to poke around the corner and check Uber percentages and stuff. And then just kind of Dead Ringer away, and you've just lost that entire aspect of how you play with the Invis here.
Like it seems like you don't actually get to call a lot. Because you don't actually see anything happening. You're kind of like in the same position as your combo.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
So I reckon you should just make use of the fact that you can poke in and get away nice and easily just to get some calls.
Yeah,
more
like
often,
with the, like people say that you can't call with the DR as well as with the Invis or Cloak and Dagger, but that's not true at all. Like with the Dead Ringer you can easily, you know, feign and just peek and just see what's going on in the enemy lines and then get back to your team and get another feign. Like that's how you can call with the Dead Ringer too.
Again, though, you aimed right at him. Okay, cool. And you guys are just really aggressive into their point, which is always nice. Maybe focus the NG there, not...
Got it.
I don't know. I feel like the NG was the one jumping at
If
you.
you would have shot like a millisecond earlier, like undisguised, you would have gotten the point.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think you guys got this though.
Yeah. Easy peasy, nicely done.
Yeah, and actually it wasn't very close round. First game, sorry. I don't know if it's the best ever for it, but it's the one that I really
Well, we seem to be getting quite a lot from it now, so...
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, you've hardly been rolling them, it's been fairly stalemate, they just haven't really been pushing to you that much. And so it's still interesting to watch. Although your second mid was definitely better than your first, so it'll be interesting to see how you do on this one.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like the first thing was like, the first problem I saw was like, your first mid was way too stale.
Okay.
Well, you got behind them, that's good.
Straight behind them.
Very
the pyro
close on
herd,
cloak,
yeah.
so yeah.
If you'd waited a bit longer. There. Body shot.
Come on.
Oh no.
So close.
Panicking.
Yeah, no, in those moments you can just go for body shots and YOLO.
No, definitely I was doing that.
Rest in
Oh,
peace.
rip. Rip fairy.
Got absolutely wrecked. But yeah, no, I think Redspark, you decloaked way too close to the corner there. You had like a quarter of your cloak left. You could have literally gone all the way down to the health pack before you.
That's just
risk that.
too much influence.
Just
Like,
really
you
conscious
should
about how
also,
loud it is.
you know the thing about if you want to get behind the enemy lines, and if they're kind of spread out, then you can afford to take a little bit of damage. Just run at them and do an obvious feign, but just, you know, taking us a little bit of damage to get slightly closer to them. Then you can get, you know, farther behind them with your feign. Like the Dead Ringer, like it is very obvious even when it's believable. So there's no point trying to, you know, make it believable at some points. Obviously, it's good to try and make it a believable feign, but sometimes you don't always have to try to make it believable. Sometimes you can just go all obvious. If you can get far, you know, if you can get far enough behind, they won't come check you.
Okay.
I'll try to, you know, sound like my English is so bad. Like the half thing I say doesn't even make sense.
I understood everything you've said so far. It's better than my I don't even know what fucking language you speak.
Well, yeah.
Take a guess and say Dutch.
No, Finnish.
It's better than my Finnish. Fucking English people, we don't care about accents.
I don't know a single word about of Dutch. Yeah, damn, we fight. They're so hardcore.
All those hours of spy energy paying off finally.
Yes.
You can just get some heals from your medic.
This is the one, I think. Yeah.
Get the soldier. Rip.
Full health. Shit. I actually know where the health packs are. There aren't very many health packs in this map at all, are there?
Not many. Something I have found when I try and go behind people with the dead ring. How do you like get back in to where they are? Like if they're looking around, how do you not get spotted?
What? I didn't get it.
If you're behind someone, how do you usually kind of get back into where they are without getting spotted? Because the times I've used the dead ring and got behind people, I found they just kind of turn around, see that I'm there, and then start shooting me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Ooh.
And then, yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, heavens, had nothing there.
yeah. Came around the corner. Like, you mean, you know, if you're behind them,
Yeah.
I think.
and you get spotted,
Yeah.
like, how do you escape? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and like how do you get picks from that instead of just dead ring again, going somewhere else?
Well, you can try, if you can always try to, you know, 1v1 them, like, especially if they're slightly low, or if they're, you know, too desperate, you can, you know, get some easy frags if they're, like, if they're too... I'm trying to think. Sorry.
I think
if yeah, go on.
Okay. I think Redspark, when you're going for pits with a dead ring, you probably want to be going in at like only at times when they're really distracted. Whereas with the Invis, maybe you can get a little bit closer and kind of make them, you know, make the picks easier for yourself. But with the dead ring, I think it's probably best to only really commit to more stabbing if someone's genuinely distracted by something.
So when you're behind, you want to be kind of sniping people.
If someone's sat there not really fighting anyone and just kind of looking around checking for spies, I wouldn't probably run at them for a stab. I don't know if Dissy would agree with that, but I'd imagine that you'd probably just get seen and have to dead ringer again. So I'm not sure if maybe standing behind and sniping with a dead ring is the best option. But I'd certainly say that maybe you'd have the best success if you went in for stabs when they were properly distracted fighting someone else, rather than when they were just kind of sat there.
Yeah. And as for my answer, that got interrupted by me not knowing how to speak English. So yeah, if they're too desperate on trying to get you, then you can, you know, use that to your advantage and, you know, get an easy kill out of them. Like if they get very desperate, they'll just try to run straight forward at you, and you can just get an easy headshot or something, or maybe even a trick stab. I don't know. But if you get caught out by a class that can easily, you know, out DM you and kill you, then it's probably best to just DR away and try again. Like, you can't get very close with the DR too easily, unless if they're distracted. So, if you're behind the enemy lines, and if they have enough time to, you know, devote some time to spy countering, then you're not gonna do much with the dead ringer, especially if you try to go for stabs. So that's why the dead ringer is only like good in pushes and uber fights when they're distracted, basically. So you kind of have to stay close to the action. But the biggest problem is, you know, you have to decloak farther away so they won't hear you. But the other problem is getting into the action without being caught by a flank class or something. So that's the downside of the dead ringer. Like, yeah. Like, that's why you should be, as I said earlier, you should be changing in between of shooting them and harassing them with the ambi, and then getting in for like a push or something and just fuck them up, and then get out, ambi them more, and then eventually get back behind them and just fuck them up. Try to go for stabs, or if you want to, you can also ambi them from behind. Like, you want to be switching from like behind them and in front of them. Like, unless with the dead ringer, or even with the Invis, like if you stay with your combo, you shouldn't have went into that fight. Spy fights are useless. Yeah, like when you're staying with your combo, you can easily afford, you know, gun spying and trying to harass them with the ambi, even without the dead ringer, even with the Invis, because you can get heals from your med and you're pretty safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like eventually you'll have to, get behind them at least for a while and try to, maybe beat them from farther away and then getting closer, trying to get a few stabs and then get to your team again. Like it's basically you want to go back to okay, times of okay, GG. Can I see those slugs? If you have them.
Yes.
Getting them as well. Redspark.
Yeah, I got them.
So yeah, I was about to say something.
The game ended.
Yeah, distraction me.
So I mean, having just watched the game, I think it's probably safe to say that you probably didn't have a huge impact, honestly, on what was happening.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, you kind of want to go back to your team to, get more ammo, get another feint, and just get a good buff before going in. Like, that's, you're kind of forced to do that with the Dead Ringer, because you can't stay behind them forever because of the flank classes checking their backs. So yeah, with the Dead Ringer you'll have to travel a lot. With the Invis, Watch, and Cloak and Dagger though, you can stay behind them for a way longer periods of time. Because you can get, ammo pickups and health pickups without being noticed.
Okay.
But yeah, the Dead Ringer also brings you way more survivability.
Yeah. So it's the
So
general idea.
Like,
Sorry.
you got a fair amount of frags. Like compared to the enemy spy, he only outfragged you by 2 frags. But let's see here. Let's see. So you got you get 2 scout frags, 4 soldier frags. That's pretty good. But every other class you fragged 1 time, 1 single time. Whereas there's spy. Well, he got 2 heavy picks, 1 med pick, 3 sniper picks, which is pretty good.
And then 4 on you, Redspark.
Yeah.
Oh my. That's pretty funny. But yeah, like, well, most of your frags didn't really make a huge impact. Okay, well, their spy didn't do very special either. Like, he got a bunch of useless-ish frags, but he didn't get like 2 heavy picks and 3 sniper picks. That's a lot more than like obviously 1 heavy pick and 1 sniper pick. So you'll, prioritizing, you'll have to do that more. And also, like, not going for greedy picks, because I see that happening a lot as well. Just, going for greedy, useless picks, suicide picks just for the logs. That's actually a problem. I'll admit it. Like, I get greedy sometimes. And then I'll just go for some useless picks because, yay, logs. Like, I'm not perfect, obviously, either. Like, I do a bunch of mistakes, too, but I guess I'm okay. Okay, it's still not uploaded, what the fuck? Let me try